Yotur, as you go and walk, as you're walking towards the hag, all of a sudden you guys notice that Yotur's skin gets a shade darker.
Oh, that's probably good.
He was light
He's the worst
brown.
Twilight.
He was light brown before, right? You said you were light brown.
Light brown is what I wrote down.
And now you get a shade darker brown.
Okay.
After he casts that word of radiance, his skin turns darker.
Now I am.
Then, as Grim, who did you try to heal? Vilgax?
Yeah.
Okay, so he heals you, Vilgax, and then all of a sudden, Grim pops out of existence.
Well then.
However, you can still see him.
Oh.
It's in that you know that he just turned invisible. Like, you've seen that so many times. You know what invisibility looks like.
Right.
Nobody else is able to see him right now because they're looking through fog and thing. But you basically know that he just flashed out of existence into invisibility. Grim, for effectively, you're invisible for a minute.
Does he know he's invisible?
No.
Awesome.
Well, I'm gonna go search the hag's body.
So, as you're walking up to do that, Yotur beats you to it. So now Yotur is looking at the hag first. I already sent you what you know about it.
Okay.
The first one. And as you walk up, you start to hear whispers coming from somewhere.
Yeah, sure. Throw it in my face.
I gave you
the second
the prophecy that you were given from the whispers. All right. And
what does the hag have on its body?
Yeah, loot the corpse. Don't just look at the bitch. Get in there.
You can give me an investigation check if you would like.
Do the wisps have anything, or they're just gone?
Right?
The what? The wisps, they're just gone.
Damn it.
That is a 12. It was almost, I rolled almost an 18, but I did not.
12. Grim, if you're going to search, so like you're like looking through like the body Yotur, and Grim, you see Yotur like filing through the body. If you want to look as well, you can.
I'll take the top half. You take the bottom half.
All of a sudden, Nathan. All of a sudden, you see like you're kind of looking at like pockets or whatever. And all of a sudden, like you see like the cloak kind of get lifted up a bit, just like out of the middle of nowhere, like, and it like drops and like it's picked up again, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
You should probably not want to be there or shoot it again.
You can like jump back and start and be like, "What the hell?"
Grim will just be like totally oblivious. What the hell are you? What the helling?
Where did that come from? Who said that?
What are you talking about? I'm right here.
So Vilgax is gonna walk over and go, boys, as you see me like look at Grim or the area by the body, but not the body, and back to Yotur. Oh yeah, he's all fucked up right now.
What are you talking about? What do you mean I'm fucked up right now?
Wherever you are, where is he? Here's Grim's voice, but I don't see him.
Are you having a piss? I'm right here.
Okay, we're not having a ghost moment with the pot, all right? He's by the body. You're over here. It's been a fucking day. Let's get the hell out of these ruins. Grab whatever he's got. Let's go.
So,
did we find anything with our investigation?
With your investigation, you found a little jar of teeth. And also
people teeth?
People teeth.
Tiefling teeth?
All sorts of different teeth, but
little
there's
teethers.
Definitely some like humanoid teeth in there. And 10 gold on his pocket, which is weird for a hag, but he had 10 gold in his pocket.
I cut off its head and take it.
And you now have a dusk hag head alongside the rotting bullywug head.
Well, remember the bullywug head got thrown in the fire by Vilgax.
That's
right. So now it's just a skull.
Now you have a dusk hag skull head.
Yeah, next time I'm taking that fucker, throwing him into the ethereal plane.
That's basically all you found on its move. You didn't have anything else that was too worthy of note.
Jar of teeth and 10 gold.
Holy fuck, ice cream's cold.
You want
It
to split
is.
the 10 gold or?
Really? I never would have expected.
Yeah, you can split the. You can walk up to him and you don't see it. Well, you see like 10 gold like kind of hanging in the air, like he's got like he's counting it. So like you could walk up and grab some if you'd like.
Grim found the gold. Nah, he's just gonna be freaked out by the floating gold.
Okay, and then the gold gets put in a pocket. And,
So are we splitting it, or how's
that's
it going?
up to you. It's up to you.
If you offer to him, then he'll take it.
All right, sure. I'll take 5, and you take 5.
So effectively, you see like 5 floating coins coming
Just
towards you
land in my hands
and land in your hand, and then
Okay then.
Is everything on Grim wanting change invisible? Or can we still see the 5 coins now?
everything that he had was like invisible. But for fun purposes, I'm saying the coins were not invisible that he took out of the packets. That's why they're floating. But
And
it
then
has been
also
about
the head in the bag.
and then and then the head is like floating for like a minute, and then it puts it into a bag, and then now that's gone. And that has taken you about a minute or so. So now, and then all of a sudden, Grim poops back into existence.
As they're doing this, I'm just gonna start walking down, like, away from these damn ruins to get back to the path.
Okay. Okay. Is that what the rest of you are doing currently?
May as well.
Yeah.
We should probably find a good place to continue up the way north and find a place to set up camp.
Yes, it is now becoming dusk. You guys have been traveling a long time in these wild magic jungle. If you would like to set up a camp, you can kind of basically say, I mean, there's just jungle. You can really try to do something anywhere you'd like if you'd like to try to set up camp.
Would it be safer to set up camp next to the ruins? Since it's like a clearing?
What is your obsession with the ruins?
I just figure it probably, I don't know, safer than setting up in the wooded area.
Is this a building, or what? Is this
It
just a
is
big
like-
rock?
It is like a rock, kind of like
Let's
a
call it a
statue
fire pit.
of sorts.
Okay, well, if anything,
Pillar.
all right, if
like a
anything,
base.
then I'll look at Yotur and go, we should go between this wall and this pillar and set up camp, not in the ruins. If anybody comes to look for something, this is a giant target.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
Got it.
So I kind of want to try and be survivally and, like, look for stuff to make, like, a fire. Which I don't know if a
we're
fire
in
is the
we're
best
in a
idea, but
jungle. It's, I mean, there's certainly enough like leaves and gigantic, leaves and like some trees and stuff where you can get some brush and you can get enough for a fire. Give me a survival roll and see how good of a fire you can make. Someone can
not
give you the
good.
help action as well. Can roll with advantage. Perfect.
slightly better.
You get a good enough fire. Like I'll say that between Grim, Yotur, all of you, that's why you got advantage. You're able to build a well enough fire to keep you guys warm. However, it is still really warm in the jungle, but you want some light as dusk.
I want to, like,
falls.
cook up some food on the fire, whatever.
Before it
For
gets
RP
dark, I
purposes.
want to try to forage or hunt for something in the nearby jungle.
Sure. Give me, what did I say? Give me survival. See if you get anything.
10.
You're able to pick up a few, like a jungle rabbit, if you will. Enough probably for you, Grim.
Like a big lizard.
for one meal. Yeah, like a big lizard for one meal.
Yoder's gonna to prevent any animals from coming sniffing around the dead body. He's gonna try to dispose of it in somewhere in the woods, far enough away from camp.
Okay, that is going to take you a little while to do. Easy enough ish. You drag it out into the middle of the jungle to thinking it's far enough away from camp, and takes you about an hour probably.
Dig like a hole or cover it with some dirt or something.
Yeah, takes you about an hour or so to do that. As you go off and do that.
I'm gonna put the hag head in the fire to try to burn off the flesh because I remember everyone was annoyed about my head the last time. They don't seem to mind the skull.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. That's fun. It'll take you a while, but you'll be able to get it before nightfall.
I'm gonna make my food before you put that fucking thing in the fire.
So, as you guys are setting up camp and doing all of this, you turn around. You were worried about setting up camp before and not being able to put this in like the side. So this thing next to you is like a tall, like kind of like pillar, if you will, with a base, like a stone base. So you're kind of in between that and the wall. But on this pillar, as you guys all notice and turn around, there is a marking etched into it, which Ram's probably seen this before, actually.
Does it say "Don't touch the altar"?
It looks like this.
I lick it.
Nothing happens.
Oh.
Except your tongue tastes bad.
Except for it tastes like dirty rocks. Yotur and Ram. Ram, give me. Okay, perfect.
I do not see.
So does anybody else see this?
Well, Yoder will take a look. He's curious.
Okay, go ahead and give me a history check.
History.
No, you're good.
Oh, come on. That is
Unless you want to, unless you actually notice it, care. But totally up to you.
That is a total of 10 for history.
What? The knowledge cleric got a 10 for history?
Oh, wait. But I do have a thing now.
You do have a thing now.
Which one is that? Is that the... Oh, that's the Ion pendant, though. I guess, would I be attuned with that yet? Or...
Does it need a short rest? Or
Sure wish I had a thing.
Rest.
Yeah, I'd say you putting up camp, taking your thing out there. You only really need about a half an hour or so. So you would, within that time, you would have been attuned to it.
All right, then I can just choose to pass that history check.
Perfect. So everything I'm about to tell Yotur, nobody else knows, but except for Ram knows this stuff already.
Sounds sus.
Know it all.
But above board, you guys don't know this. But anyway, Yotur, you look at this, you strange, tentacly looking sigil, if you will, in the side of this. Nobody noticed it before, but it's here. And with a pass of this looks to be a sigil of the cosmos. A certain cosmos. Just because you passed, I'll tell you that you don't know if it's neither good or bad, but being that you are attuned with Ion and you've studied ancient sigils before and whatnot, that it's not something normal that you would see here in the material plane. Ram, you know this is a sigil of the stuff you saw in your vision. Part of it. Part of one of them. Are you eating pizza? Oh, I'm jealous.
That doesn't look like ice cream.
Feel free to etch it into a new book if you'd like, or do whatever you'd like with it. But this sigil is the sigil of the cosmos.
Let's tattoo it on Grim when he's sleeping.
Woo!
Out of character, but it reminds me of like a beholder because it looks like it's an eye and then like tentacle things.
Could be. It is yellow in color too, so it's black and it's surrounded by this yellow circle. So that is also part of it. So that it is yellow and black.
Oh, okay,
I should have mentioned that before. So it has yellow and black in it.
interesting.
Yeah, you guys are setting up camp. It is now becoming dusk, nighttime.
While they're doing all that stuff, I want to try and make like a makeshift like shelter in case it rains or something. It's like grab some big like palm leaves from the jungle and whatnot.
Easy enough to do in this type of jungle. Those big like whatever they call those banana tree leaves and stuff. So you kind of make a makeshift shelter. It's not the best. If a huge storm came through, it'd probably get blown over, but well enough for where you guys are at right now. Does anybody take a watch? Do you guys just want to sleep? What do you guys want to do?
I think with how we're set up, if each of us just watches like one way, then we're pretty safe.
Yeah, Yotur will take first watch.
Okay. Everybody takes a little nap. Yotur, give me perception.
Then Grim, I guess, will take the second watch.
Another 10.
10.
So how long do temporary hit points last?
Until you rest.
Yep. Until you rest. So effectively, as soon as you rest, like they'll be gone here.
Yeah, well, I have like no abilities left to use, so I pretty much have to do the whole resty business.
Okay. With a 10, everybody kind of nuzzles up and takes a little nap after you guys just had this hard-fought battle between some wisps and a hag of the jungle.
The hag was talking a lot of shit for just falling over.
You're always talking a lot of shit. Yotur, as you sit and think about what you know about the hags and the whispers you heard in your ear, you get the sense that you can't. 20. Gotcha. You get the sense, you start to question if everything you just saw was real or not. You know what dusk hags do.
Okay.
Effectively, they like to mess with your minds and give you nightmares, etc., etc. Was that real? That everything you saw just real, or was it just a hag nightmare?
You mean like the stuff you're talking about, the visions that everyone had?
Yep.
Before the hag showed up?
Yep.
Okay.
Of course, how do we even know the visions are real and it wasn't the hag messing with our minds?
Hold on. The only one who actually knows what the hag is, just above board, is Yotur and Rom. Y'all, between Grim and Vilgax, you haven't seen one of these dusk hags before.
I didn't see it most of the fight because I was already asleep.
You didn't, but between Yotur's studies and Rom's travels, you guys both know what this hag does. And Yotur, you're starting to question if things were even real. Is this jewel and pendant you got from Ion actually real?
What? Yeah.
Is your vision of her talking to you actually real? Should you be going home? Should you be staying here? Should you be... Questions need to be answered.
You got a pendant and I got stabbed. Seems pretty real. Out of character.
But as that happens, your first watch goes pretty uneventful for the night. Grim, go ahead and give me perception.
Whoa.
12. Perfect. With a 12, Grim, your turn to watch up by yourself, kind of looking at the sigil on the wall, and it's starting to get darker, and everybody's sleeping beside you, and it's just
The sigil's
you here in
getting
the darkness.
darker, or it's getting darker outside?
Getting darker outside.
Okay.
Excuse me. Grim, you start to wonder, are you ever going to get to the Army Academy? Do you actually believe what you saw in your vision? Is from what you know, Dak is dead, but is that him?
Well,
You haven't felt a pull in a little while. Nothing's been talking to you, so it's strange.
I just kind of take off my glove and look at my bony hand, and I'm just like, kind of follows that might be real because whatever cast this on me probably has the power to cast, raise dead spells on other things.
And with a 12, your night, you sit and ponder for a few hours. Nothing happens. Everything is good. Rom, as Vilgax is young, still sleeping away behind you, nice and cozy.
I was gonna do third watch because
Oh, is it you that
I
third
slept
watch?
during the fight. Kind of already sleepy.
Okay. Rom, do you want fourth then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Vilgax, give me a perception.
All right. And as soon as Grim's asleep, I'm gonna kick Ram awake.
Oh, okay.
Perception -2, of course it is. Yeah.
Perfect. And then you're gonna kick Rom awake.
Mm-hmm. Like
All right, so
not like physically, but like shake him awake.
So Rom, you're awoken in the middle of your sleep.
Get woke.
You got woken up, unfortunately for you.
Mm-hmm.
No long rest for Rom.
And Vilgax is there looking at you. Depending on what happens here, we'll see what happens. But
And I'm gonna notion like this, like come over here.
I go over there.
Okay, so we're like just like on the other side of this pillar thingy, whatever, like
Okay.
not far.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Thermalberg lets out a loud snore.
So, what happened for you back there
What do you mean?
at the altar? I saw your face.
Well, everybody got to see what happened.
You didn't see anything else.
Nope. Just what everybody else saw.
I saw me stab myself.
Well, that doesn't sound like fun.
Stab him.
I'm just
Is that why you
wondering.
needed to take a nap, or?
I'm just wondering if you're not like Amicus and being controlled by this thing.
Amicus. No,
Oh.
Who? Sorry.
See, the thing we're up against has coercion over people and places. And the last friend that we thought we had that commissioned us, we ended up beating the shit out of him and could have killed him. Because he was possessed by this thing.
So this thing that you guys are fighting against or trying to seek out took over some man named Abacus who tried to fight you as well.
And as Ram is recounting this to me, I'm very carefully studying Ram's face and mannerisms to see if I can tell if he has any idea what I'm talking about or not.
Insight versus deception.
Oh, I'm good at one of those.
I'm bad at all of them.
Yeah, sure. I'll do a deception if you want.
I'm gonna chime in here and be. You don't have to.
I know, but I can if you want me to.
You can try. You're not. Are you being deceitful?
Am I currently being deceitful?
Yeah,
No.
perfect.
Am I going to be being deceitful? Probably.
Okay.
So as this is going on, I'm, detective looking his face,
Yep.
see if I can notice anything or not.
Yep.
Go. The problem with Abacus was that he didn't know he was taking over either. He thought everything was fine.
Yeah. Mind control. It's ever a fun thing. I had an experience or two myself in my past. Creatures with tendrils trying to take over your mind and put parasites in your brain. It was fun.
That doesn't mean you're the strongest minded of people, does it?
Nope. But the crazier you are, the better you'll be. At least that's what I hear.
So, where did that welcome to later come from?
Oh, I was joking. That'd be funny. I mean, you were already questioning me about being this Ramoculus guy. We just have the same 3 letters in our first name. Wow, crazy.
But if you didn't see anything else other than what other people saw,
I saw exactly what you guys saw.
but you didn't see me stab myself. Interesting.
No.
Because this is real, and for RP purposes, I'm gonna pull up my cloak and show the arm blade stab wounds in my torso.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still actively bleeding, or are they fine?
You can just see there's a wound there. It's not oozing out anymore.
Yeah.
That looks fresh.
It was from the altar.
So you mean that thing had physical damage?
Whatever we saw up there, at least part of that was real. Because this is real.
Well, then we should probably figure out how to deal with that. I don't want you getting stabbed again.
Well, I
Your
think
own mind stabbed you. It's crazy.
I think with what we know, given current circumstances, that we continue as fast as possible to the war school. Maybe there's some answers to be found there.
Well, yeah, that was the whole point of us coming down here. Look, I know you don't trust me. I know your other friend doesn't trust me. But
You just happen to show up right after the other one leaves. Seems oddly convenient. On the path we happen to be walking down.
Isn't it? It's funny. Sometimes, and he'll lean a little bit closer with his arms crossed, and lean just a little bit forward into Vilgax and go. Sometimes the universe has its way of drawing people together for no reason. So, and I'm gonna roll a deception check.
Yeah.
For 27.
And Vilgax can do insight if he can beat it. Not sure that's physically possible.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I got a -2.
Yeah. As he
I
leans
believe
in,
in you. You can do it.
as he leans in and says this to you, sure, you can still question him as much as you want. You can be skeptical of him, but
So no, character-wise, I'll believe that and go, I've met a bit of the universe myself. And then just flash a little bit in my hand. And then try to persuade Ram and go, you should really be on our side. We're the ones that are gonna win.
Oh,
And a 23.
nice.
It's my first good roll of the day on talking to your face. Rob, why are our characters never friends?
What?
Why are our characters never friends?
I don't know. It's more fun this way. I don't. DM, I have a question.
Yeah.
I can't say it out loud though because I like to be as discreet as possible. So,
Okay.
which one do you want me to send it to? DM or DM1?
DM.
Hey, DM, I have a question. I can't whisper.
Well,
Text
Facebook
them.
message me, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, this is so much ice cream. I made a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, like, do you want me to roll anything
No,
at
you can
all?
choose to. I mean, whatever you
I
want to
could just.
do. Just
Okay.
choose it.
Yeah. Okay. So you put out your hand, right, and you showed me something.
Yeah. It wasn't a physical thing. I just flashed like a purple flare.
Oh, gotcha. I'm gonna cup your hand as soon as you say that and close it and go, I already am. And just kind of walk past you and go take my assigned seating and go into the fetal position and take a nap.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna just sit by the side of this pillar, like standing lean against it for a little bit and go, just like holding my wound, like, you know, feeling around the area, going, at least part of that was real, but how much? What does that mean?
Perfect.
All your characters always brood with their arms crossed up against things, leaning.
Oh, the two that you've ever played?
I bet all your characters do.
All of them. Perfect.
Hell no, Good Doggo in the other campaign? Fourth wall breaking Deadpool.
Oh, fucking good doggo.
That's literally the character's name is Good Doggo.
Yeah. With a 9 perception, Vilgax, you had this conversation with Rom. You're questioning what happened, how much of that was real. You certainly were stabbed. You saw Romex. That whole thing. At least your wound is real. So what happened there is up to you to decide. But nothing happens on your watch. This jungle is oddly. Like you hear chirps and little, things skittering on the ground, but nothing.
I
seems
can't
to be
whisper, but I'm debating whether or not to stab somebody in their sleep right now.
So nothing happens there. I will let you go take your place and sleep. And
You
Rom
guys
can
don't know
wake up.
that.
But if you'd like to go back to your spot, Rom, you can wake up and give me a perception. Or do you do something on your way over to your spot?
Do you want me to re-roll perception?
Oh, no, what'd you get before? 20? Yeah, you're 20. That's right.
Yeah, 20. I can re-roll it if you want.
Nope,
It's
20
been
is
a
good.
while.
20 is good. Vilgax, are you doing anything as you go back to sleep or not?
Nah, I'll just go back over here, curl up by the fire, and go, well, for tonight, I don't think I'm going to find any more answers.
Perfect.
So, best to get ready for tomorrow.
As I am going to allow you to, you're well traveled, you know how to sleep well in weird shit. Even with a half conversation, you'll still get a benefit of a full rest. So you can take your full rest now for you as you wake up here, as you're the last watch. And with a 20, it is starting to become a little bit bright, like the morning is starting. It is still very early morning. But you hear some rustling off in the distance. And what sounds like footsteps.
Ooh, interesting. I had things I wanted to do, but okay.
Now, it's a ways away.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of just hear like maybe some like branches breaking a little bit, some maybe rustling. To you, could be anything. But what would you like to do?
From what direction?
From the north.
From the north? So like up here?
Like yeah, yep, like up in that area. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to Okay, so I have some perfume And I have some. I don't have. I thought I had rope. I don't have that. Never mind.
All of our
I'm
rope got lost in the ocean.
It was a fun
Yeah.
trip so far. I love these family vacations.
right. I'm gonna pull out my letter from a dead colleague, and then I'm gonna put it right back in my pocket, and then I'm going to probably do the stupid thing, which is go into that direction.
Ooh, okay.
You didn't wake anybody else up first.
No.
Perfect. So as you go walk off into that direction, you're kind of like hide. Do you want to hide at all, or do you just want to like walk up into that direction?
I got some good sneak, so I
Totally up
guess
to
I
you.
could.
Okay, give me
But
a
I think at this point, knowing what I know now about the woods and stuff, no, actually,
Or
because of that
Woody.
sigil, I probably would stand in the middle of nowhere or whatever and be like
perfect. So
not
you
hiding.
come out into the middle of nowhere, and you see a lead. So it is a group of what look like soldiers. You haven't
Hmm.
everything you've encountered here before has either been like a jungle thing or like a lizard or a yanti or something like that, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And this is like a group of hardy soldiers being led by a
Hmm.
female and a male that are like a little bit bulkier. Um, as they're coming down, like there's this like they're kind of like chopping a path through
Hmm.
a bit. Uh, Now I'm gonna say they are about 25, 30 feet ahead of you. They don't see you yet, but you see
Yeah.
them. What would you like to do?
Okay. Well, this is either going to be a mistake, but I already have diplomatic relations with that one that would be a mistake. So, do I have a torch? Please tell me I have a torch. Yeah, I'm gonna light my fucking torch
Cool.
and go straight in and go, hey, uh, soldier boys, run and tell them over here. Um, hello.
Awesome. So with that, you do this, and let me take you there really quick as you go
Hmm.
up the path. Now, I don't have tokens for the amount of soldiers, but what you can kind of tell is it's a nice group of them, probably like 10,
A lot. Yeah.
10, 15,
Yeah.
just regular dudes being led
Mhm.
by two in the front.
Mhm.
And they hear you, they see you,
Mhm.
and they yell out to you, friend or foe?
Well, it depends who's asking. Definitely friendly. As I put both my hands up, I'm not carrying my staff or my wand or nothing. Torch is like over my head in front of me. Other hand is up.
Okay. They approach,
Hmm.
and you're very well put together for being in a jungle still, like for some reason. You do you. Uh, and he steps forward to you and says, I'm General Rosk. We were told, well, we have, and you like look up and he's like, we have scouts. They have like eagles,
Yeah.
like kind of like
Hmm.
they're flying above,
Hmm.
and
No, an
we
eagle or two. Yeah.
and they saw like eagles, owl, like birds and
Hmm.
whatnot, and well, we've noticed movement in this jungle, and we know that it's not a very safe place, so we're coming to check it out this morning.
Oh, oh.
And
Where are you from?
well, we're the First Army Academy just up the road.
Oh, thank God. Look, I have a dragonborn here that's been like crying about coming to see you guys. He wants to get trained or something. I don't know.
Crying.
Oh, okay. So how the well, we can take care of. We can get you. If that where you guys are going, we can certainly
Yeah,
escort you
yeah. We
back.
took a boat. The boat crashed somewhere. We got attacked by snake people. Then there was like some sort of like
Hold on.
ethereal
Did you say
presence. Yeah.
snake people?
Hmm. Yeah. Didn't get us though. Haha.
How many of there are you?
4.
Oh, that might have been a mistake.
There's 4 of you, and
Mm-hmm.
you
Well,
did
there
get
was
taken.
5, but she did. She done got dead. Yeah.
I thought she was a ghost.
Okay, there. Well, let's get you back to where you guys need to go. Where
Yeah, we
are your
just came
friends?
from the academy, the Hogwarts or whatever it's called.
And they're like, so you guys are all sleeping currently,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
Ram, he's like, okay, well, take me to. We'll escort you guys back to the academy, and you guys, or
Yeah.
sorry, the war camp, and you guys can
Yeah.
rest up and get food, and we'll do that. So
Is,
effectively,
is there a problem with the snake people or
well, no, but they're. We'll discuss that when we get there. But I'm surprised you guys are still alive.
what? I mean, come stop.
It's
Most
just a little
most
wild magic jungle.
most people that encounter the Yanti don't normally come here, and when they do, they eviscerate people. So that's why we
Well,
came to check
not
out.
eviscerated, so they're gone. I promise, they're not here anymore. You can stop your little culture shock of a investigative thing if you'd like, or not. Up to you. But they're gone. Made sure of it. Yeah, I got a frog skull and some weird ass skull to prove it. So
Okay, let's get you guys back. So that you guys walk back to where the ruins were, and you get back. You see the tower you guys were sitting next to, uh, with the sigil on it, but the altar, the runes, everything that you were there before, like in between, the wall is still there that you guys are covered, but all of the runes are gone. So you kept telling him that there was runes here and everything, and they kind of look at you funny. They see the one statue, whatever, which is whatever, but they're like, okay.
as they're looking at me funny, I'm just gonna be like, okay, guys, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, and then I pull out one of the mushrooms. I've had a couple of these. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Make, makes
Ha!
sense.
Yeah, it's great. Sorry.
I mean, this is you get those from this jungle?
By accident. Yeah.
Do we wake
Well,
up with all these people marching past us?
so as they walk into the camp, you guys are starting to
Mm-hmm.
wake. They wake you. Ram is talking now. You guys are awake. The 20 guards plus these 2 generals are there. Uh,
So
Grim,
up.
Grim,
Oh,
you
go ahead.
notice the lady is Tylera, the one who delivered your letter a long time ago, a while ago.
All right. Well, I seem kind of relieved and excited to see her, and I'm just like, "Hey, I still have my letter. I'm here.
And
Trying to
all
get
this
to
time,
camp.
like ever
It was
since
a hell of
Vilgax
a
wakes up,
journey. Nothing ever went right."
ever since Vilgax wakes up, I'm just have my back against like the stone wall, my arm blades out because I don't know who the fuck this is. I just woke up surrounded by 20 people.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So they explain to you that this is, well, Grim, you like go up to Tylera like right away and start explaining that to her, and Vilgax, you realize that like he just runs right up to this lady and starts talking to her. You're still a little guarded because they literally woke up surrounded by warriors, if you will. But he explains to you guys that his name is General Rosk from War Camp Number 1. It's not too far away. It's only about a mile and a half north. We we saw movement in this jungle a couple days ago from and you guys look up. There's like birds circling you guys, and they explains that they came to check it out to make sure it wasn't imminent danger for their camp, or if it was lost travelers, they would like to help.
I explained that it was like some kind of magical hag thing, and then I pull out the skull and show it to them. This is its head.
And without its skin, but it does kind of look, and they're like, "Oh, you guys ran into a dusk hag, and you're still alive." What
I'll be sitting on the floor, rocking back and forth with the mushrooms, going, "What can I tell you? Heroes, am I right?"
Rosk asks, so what types of visions did that thing make you guys see? I'm glad you've killed it. Thing has been a thorn in our side for a while, so I'm surprised you were able to kill it. You guys must be more than able to handle your own, so that's good.
And I'm gonna like look over at the party as I slightly relax like my arm blades and just go, this is where we came for help. They can't kill a dusk hag. I think we're wasting our time here.
And I'm gonna say,
Well,
the
I
only
mean, a lot of them might be useful, even if it is just for cannon fodder. I'm sure the general's going to be pissed about calling his troops cannon fodder, but
If you say that, Visor's going to look at you and first look at you, Vilgax, and be like, I can leave, you're going to insult me in front of, with my army here in the middle of a jungle.
If you call that an army.
Do you want to die? Do you want help? Do you want help out of here?
no, I don't want to die. But I know a lot of people are going to die because there's a lot of enemies that need to die or already have and may need to die again. We'll see.
You don't threaten. He's like, he hears you, Grim, but he's looking right at Vilgax. And I don't like you already. And
You
we
don't
come out
need to
here.
like me, sir.
I'm not talking to you. And Taylor looks over and is like, Visor, this is Grim, the one that Dak talks about and has talked about. He's got the invitation.
You don't like me, that's fine. I don't like anybody. But we're here on an important task. So help us or not, and then I'm gonna take out the Strixhaven pennant.
Ah, you guys came from the college.
literally talked about Hogwarts 5 minutes ago. I don't.
Oh.
You didn't take out the badges. Oh wait, your character doesn't have a badge, does it?
I don't have it.
Three of us got badges. Well, pennant, whatever. I'm calling badges.
Well, Grim explains to them what's been going on at the college and then shows them the skull of the bullywog and said, this was one of the bad guy's lieutenants, but he wasn't a pushover. I imagine he's got a lot more troops.
Okay.
So
You
we
brought
need more people.
Okay. You brought the fire, like the burned head out of the fire? Okay. Just checking.
Yep.
So Vilgax's gonna be like picking her fingers with like the dagger, right, like underneath her nails. Go bullywog, dusk hag, mage slayers. Yeah, enough pedigree for you. War school.
Again, we're not a school. We are an academy and a camp. We keep this island safe. Honestly, I didn't really give a shit about this dusk hag that just decides to give people nightmares every once in a while. We have bigger things to worry about. We just got word from a lady that travels from the mainlands that we're currently speaking to at the other camp. We generally come out here if we see foot traffic to try to either kill or help. Which one do you want it to be? Lady.
Look, let me talk to my friend here for a second.
You can do that, but I'm going to tell you
Grim
what.
just kind of distances himself, and he's just like, well, I prefer the help option, but I don't know about everybody else.
As me and this one are like yelling at each other, I'm like going to put my hand on Vilgax, and I'm gonna cast a spell.
What
yeah,
spell?
hold on. Good. That's what I have to make sure I'm picking the right one. I'm gonna cast Dimension Door.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna go 50 feet south, or 500 feet south.
Okay, you do that.
And me and Vilgax go there. as long as she is
And-
willing.
Well then,
Does that have consequences?
Probably.
Wild magic variety.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. That's
all right,
a
well, I'll go through the
15
door, but I'm gonna have words.
and an
15?
85.
85.
Yeah. I feel like I just had that. Or at least an 80 something. Maybe it was an 83.
So, the creature you just touched gains a +1 to bonus attack roll damage.
Nice.
Good
And
thing
it's
we're gonna be alone
AC
together.
And it's AC for 1 minute.
Nice.
Oh, that's just enough time.
That is just perfect.
So, you guys are going like basically
Yeah.
500
I
feet.
would no, actually I'd probably do like maybe 100 feet at the max.
100 feet at
I don't want to go too
max.
far away. No.
Okay.
So then pull her through and then go, okay, listen, and close the door behind me, obviously. Uh,
Yeah.
and go, look, if we're gonna kill them, we better do it now, while they're spicy and fired up. Because if they're spicy and fired up, they're gonna suck. Versus when they're calm and organized, they're all just kind of all over the place. If we're not gonna kill them, then let's shut our mouths and try to get whatever we need to do to get done to kill this Roboplex guy for whatever reason. So
I have no
what are we doing?
intention of wasting my time on these people, but we need to see if they're going to be any help.
So then let's cut to the chase with these people. Let's not argue with them, and then let's just go. And then if we feel like we have to kill them later, we'll kill them later. And if we don't, well then we don't.
Oh, you and always words. You slap one of them with a glove, you do the duel. If they can beat one of us, maybe they'll be of any use.
That's what we're doing.
Well, I hate that idea, but I guess I'm not hearing it, so Grimmelberg really can't say shit about it.
True.
Grim wants to join the academy, right? Thanks for speaking up.
Yeah.
So, let's give him a little entrance exam.
That sounds like a fun idea for me. And yeah, and then I go back.
Okay, so you guys are going to come back. And now for just visual purposes, because I don't think you really truly understand the visual of the mind type of shit, you come back and now you're, this is effectively what you've seen this entire time, but
Yeah. Okay, so then we pop back in. Like, these two like look weirded out or anything by that?
no, not really. They're more talking to Grim now. Like as you guys pop back, they're talking to Grim about his letter, looking at it, like looking at Grim, talking to him. They haven't really paid attention to you guys at all. And you like pop back into existence there, and Visor looks over and says, "Well, he wants to come with us. He's invited. I like the one in red.
I'm
I'm getting a good vibe out of the orc in back.
start walking through here.
What are we doing here?
I'm just eyeing up and down. This is your army, your soldiers.
This is a scout party.
What are they good at?
Everything.
Being lots of people.
Everything. Well, if you're going to be of any help whatsoever. I was like, what's happening there? If you're going to be of any help whatsoever, let's see. How about one of your best against one of ours?
We're
Like
not
the old
doing
ways.
this bullshit in the jungle. Are you coming with us or not? I'm going to leave you to the jungle monsters out here, or you're coming with. What is it? We're not doing this. Grim, you're more than welcome to come back to us with the academy. The other two of you, more than welcome to come with us. You haven't caused any problems. What the fuck is this person doing here?
You're going to decline this challenge of a duel in front of your men. Bodes well for you, General.
I have nothing to prove to you, woman.
Hear that, men? Nothing to prove to anybody, apparently.
And they all take out their weapons.
Doesn't
and they
care
all-
to prove about caring for your lives. Because
Grim
what's
just shouts
coming
at Vilgax, how about you stop running your mouth? You're gonna get killed.
I ran out of D20s.
I'm ready to. I'm ready to die.
Because what's now if I could finish what I was saying.
Yeah, go
Because
ahead.
what's coming for you is worse than you've ever seen. This dusk hag. Come on. That is but a taste. This thing is far worse.
So he puts up his hand. They all draw their weapons.
Do it. Do it.
Kill him.
You want to fight me? Kill me? That's great. That's not going to help you.
And
But
they're going
you
to all
also
draw their
won't.
weapons.
You also won't have the help of Strixhaven, the entire army of magic users, because this will start a war. You don't see this?
Give me a deception check with a
I
disadvantage
don't know
because
if
they
they'd
live on the
start a
same
war
island
over
and know exactly who
Vilgax.
they are.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying if they kill me wearing their pennant as an official officiant from there.
I got you.
God damn it.
He looks at you and says,
Well, this is.
"You don't
Let's
think
do
that
it.
I have contacts at the college? I know exactly who to talk to up there. We live on the same island. We've been living on the same island for years. I don't think that's going to be a problem for me."
That's fantastic. Do you know which ones you can trust? Did you know that Abacus was mind controlled by the very thing we face? Bet you didn't know that.
I did not, nor do I really care. I don't. Tylera, you said that your familiar saw a dragonborn out here. That's why we're here. We found him. We found his two companions that look like they're very nice and want to come with. What are you three doing with this bitch over here?
As little as possible.
Because clearly, like, all we had to do, we came out here to find you. You clearly wanted to come to our camp anyway. And if this was what you were going to be greeted with from this, I don't even know if we would have let you in. But I'm letting you guys have a chance. I'll give you one last chance. Shut your goddamn mouth and come with us, or perish in this job.
I'm gonna look over at Yotur and go. Seems like the War Academy is a little itchy on the trigger finger. And a little uncertain. It says we're not doing this in the jungle, and yet they draw their weapons on us.
I think you're pissing them off.
Well, if you poke a bear, it's gonna get angry.
Bear, more like a mosquito buzzing.
Oh my god, you are trying to just die today.
Look, did you want to get out of the jungle? Like, I feel like we probably should just play along here for until we get to the camp, at least, so that we can not be in this hellish jungle that causes everything to blow up in our faces.
And Ram is gonna turn around and be like, "So you got to make a choice. Am I playing today or?"
Are you talking to Vilgax?
Yeah.
Oh. Tyler, in case you're not that observant, we just happen to be gone from here. This army you speak of, they could all be gone from here too. But if we come with you, what makes us think you're not going to draw our weapons and kill us in our sleep so quickly to start here?
Bitch, you just came in and fucking insulted an entire fucking army in front of your face as if you're some god's gift to goddamn Earth. I don't care about you. If you're gonna come and poke me, as this one says over here, poke a bear, get the claws.
And I'm gonna shape change to Tylera and say that same exact thing back in her fucking face.
Oh god, Gribbleberg is just gonna walk up and just use an enervating breath on you.
And where she is in the middle of, because this isn't correct. So we're gonna anatomically put this correct. So, boom, boom,
Oh, in the middle of the group? Then I can't do it.
and yes. So effectively, as you get right up into her face, because now we're not playing. Now I'm kind of pissed off. Now the whole army's pissed off here. So as you get right up into her face, we have. What's your armor class?
22 base.
Okay. 1 fail, miss, miss,
Oh man.
miss, hit, 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 and hit. All right, so 13 soldiers come and surround you and take swipes at you. 7 of them do hit. And I know you're going to try to do something here, but...
But
6. Now that you've pissed off an entire army that you guys, you didn't need to, but...
They drew the weapons on us first.
Yeah,
We shouldn't be the
well,
ones that are pissed off. After we showed them that we were from the academy that supposedly they know so well. They don't recognize Yotur at all, apparently.
I don't spend too much time with the military academy.
Not with hotheads like this.
who's the hothead?
The ones drawing all their weapons and stabbing me to death. You don't call that?
41 points of damage for you, Vilma.
You spent like 15 minutes
Jesus.
talking shit to him.
I spent 15 minutes trying to warn them of what's coming for them.
So as all 13 soldiers come up, as you get right into Tylera's face, they're trained to not let that kind of shit happen. They've already held their tongues and swords long enough. And when you get up in her face, they all take swipes at you, this entire group around you. And you take 41 points of bludgeoning, slashing, all that type of
As the first
damage.
one hits me, I want to subtract 3 from the attack roll and then teleport 15 feet away for my short warp reaction.
You're focused on here. I'm going to give you a luck. This is going to take luck because you're focused on pissing off this chick. If you can roll a straight 20, a 14 or higher,
I'd be focused, but I would hear them all pull out their swords.
you gotta. Here, let me just take it with you. So you get up in her face and you immediately hear these. They all take a swipe at you within like a second, right? And I know you're able to react. So when the first one does hit you, that's fine. But you're gonna roll I'll give you a 12 or higher. You don't take any damage. If you roll it above, you're gonna be able to take half, but get away.
Roll a 12 on what, a 20?
Just a 20.
A 6.
Okay. Take 41 points of damage, but you are still able to teleport out of the group and get away. So they're not going to attack you anymore. But you do take all of the damage as they all swipe at you immediately as you get up in her face and yell at her for that. And go wherever you'd like. And with that,
Why can't I?
Visor raises his hand and says, whoever wants to come, you may follow. We're done here.
Grim just starts coming over like he's gonna follow.
Oh,
Just
wait, I
ignore.
fucked up. I forgot I had Rom's buff to my AC and stuff there. For that wild magic thing.
Okay. What was that at then?
So it should be 23, 26 with the reaction.
Okay, that'll wipe away 20 of the damage of the 41.
So I'm just gonna look at Yoder as Grim is already following with everybody else and go, well, what do we do now?
Uh, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna follow Grim here and see if we can talk this out peacefully. Back at them.
You know, that's what I tried talking. They tried talking with swords. And look, their army sure did a great job. I'm still standing against all of them. They're not going to be any help to
Well,
us.
they can't teleport like you can, but they certainly can deal a bit of damage, it seems.
Not enough to take down one person for their entire platoon.
Well, this isn't everyone, I assume.
Maybe we should find out if they can take a hit. They hit us first.
I'm not about to try to get flayed alive. I can't scurry away the same way you do.
And yet, look at who's the ones that are running. That's who you want covering your back.
I don't think they're running so much as they're just not interested.
Oh, because they expect everything else to fall over when they hit it.
Yoda just follows as they leave. I don't know, man.
Ram, what say you? I've not heard a compelling argument to go with these people who seem so quick to attack what's supposed to be friends. You're the one that talked to them first.
I would say sometimes the needs of others are more at play than our own, and also I have a problem with authority, so probably not the best place for me to be at, but you know, fuck it. Although I'd probably switch out of that costume and I'm gonna start walking.
We're a place so opposed to magic. Seems like they're not phased by any of it. That doesn't throw up a red flag to you. They told us there was no magic users here.
That's what's interesting, right?
See, Romax knows all about all kinds of magic. And our exact kind. And people under his thrall wouldn't be phased by it. Who's to say he doesn't have influence here just like Strixhaven? Why are they trying to kill the people who know what happened at Strixhaven? These are the thoughts going through my head instead of blindly following.
I wasn't at Strixhaven. I don't know what happened there, except for minor details. But the way I see it, if there's someone here that is part of Robolex's crew, then that someone is someone that we need to take out yesterday.
Well,
and if it turns into us fighting an entire army, then that's what we do.
Maybe that someone's the one that just ordered the hit on me. It just so happens I mentioned the name Romax. In the next 5 seconds, I'm being stabbed by 13 swords. That doesn't seem odd for a name that nobody recognizes.
I mean, maybe. Makes no sense in us waiting here to find out.
Well, I'm gonna start walking, following these guys, as they're having this conversation, but that's the kind of things that my character's thinking in their head instead of just oh, hey, war school, yep, this is cool, everything's gravy. Question some shit. Apparently they don't like questions.
Nobody likes to talk.
Well, it is the army.
We all good?
I'm good.
All right.
Mm-hmm. No, that was just my little character exposition on why I was doing what I was doing.
Yep.
It's not just to fuck up your day, Rux.
Oh, hey, we're having fun. All your choices have consequences.
I kind of wanted to hit those guys back because almost everything I do has a giant AoE, which I almost never get to use. So right in the middle of that group, oh, it would have been so juicy.
You could have if you want. You can do it right now as you walk up. There's a little
You
saying I like.
murder hobo.
There's
You
a
just
little-
want to murder everything we encounter.
There's a little saying I like to say: "Fuck around and find out."
Or as Jean-Luc Picard would say,
No, then I
you
have to
may
do
test that
things.
assumption at your convenience.
That as well.
Just I have to start killing.
All right. So you guys are walking. Grim, you're like in the middle of the group, kind of talking to these soldiers. Like you're giddy at this point. You're finally gonna make it to the place that fucking A, to the place that you wanted to be. Why does Roll20 suck sometimes?
I may be a murder hobo, but I'm also a stealthy assassin. There's more than one way to take out a target. Brute force isn't always the answer.
So it's not letting me copy shit. That's fucking tastic.
Well, I mean, brute force works more often than it fails.
Yeah, but trying to fight her in front of 20 people, not so much. When she's napping at nighttime, might work better.
Well,
Maybe it would.
I no longer can copy shit, so that's cool. That's fun. I can't get what I want for tokens.
Try refreshing, maybe it'll fix it? Question mark.
Maybe. Oh, I hate technical difficulties. What the fuck?
Oh, why did that pop up there? Get off my screen.
Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna do it this way then. All right, give me 1 second. Fuck you. Da, 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 da. Her and okay, as you guys walk up to the you're along the path. Grim, you're in the middle of the pack talking to soldiers on the way up, and the Tylera and Visor are up in front. Will these work now at least? And you get to basically the first, like right on the edge of the jungle, is a large outpost. Perfect. The large outpost here.
There we go.
And as you enter the outpost, there is so there are people like outside. Some of these guys are actually like outside. What the fuck? Why is nothing working today? Some of them are outside, keeping watch. They all have weapons. On the inside, at the door, right at the check-in, Visor and Tylera look at you guys and say, "Need you guys to check in any tangible weapons that you have at the front desk before we take you in to talk to Vincent. Protocol, please do." And a bunch of guards stand around you, and they ask you to check in your tangible weapons right here.
Before they walk away, I'm just gonna look around at everybody else. Nobody else to say anything. Go, who's Vincent?
Grim, you would know that Vincent is the head. So this visor, you've done your research on a lot of these guys. Tylera is like General 2. Visor Rosk is now, as you can gather, is General 1, as Tylera told you. Vincent and Magnali are like the two above them in the ranks. So yeah, do that as you will.
Okay. Well, Grim is gonna question like like I thought everyone was armed at a war camp that was a member.
Oh, Visor just looks at you and says, "You're gonna get him back. We just need you to check him in. Where you go see Vincent, you'll get him back right after that."
Grim kind of reluctantly hands over. Let's see.
So
It kind of looks
go
like,
ahead.
you know, that stereotypical, oh, every weapon thing. Like, here's this long sword and this long sword and this hand axe and this hand axe and just, yes, all the weapons.
Do you hand everything in?
I'm back in my female pirate form, by the way.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold my arms up and go, that's gonna be a problem. And show them that my arm blades are physically fused in my arms. They're not an attachment.
So when you show them that, they're aware that those are there, and they say that's fine. You will be followed when you see Vincent. Any funny business with those blades among Vincent, I promise you, you're not gonna like what happens next.
I'm not surprised. I don't like it already.
Protocol.
Grim just suggests, well, you can wait out here. They never said you had to lose your weapons if you had to stay outside. Because Grim, you know, has the ulterior motive of, oh my god, he almost started a fight with the entire scout party.
Almost.
Maybe
They
bringing
stabbed
him in
me.
to talk to the general isn't a good idea.
Where's the almost part?
I'm gonna while all that is happening, I'm gonna take out my weapons of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take out my arrows, my crossbow bolts, and I'll put them on the table. Then my crossbow, then a crowbar, and then for out of like nowhere, pull out that mace that I was trying to use earlier. Then a
Mm-hmm.
small knife and a wand, and then a hammer.
Oh, and
Uh,
all these guys are like just grabbing shit. Like, oh, there's more. Oh, there's
Like every
more.
There's
movie
like-
where they're just like, oh wait, all of them, and pull out the last little dagger.
Yeah.
no, and then I'll walk away, and then I'll go, oh, sorry, and then I'll pull out a quill and put it on there.
Oh, perfect. And they like look at it. They're like, "You sure you want to hit?"
No,
Look
yeah,
into it.
yeah. Mm-mm.
Okay, and it's all in a pile. It's like, I need your name, sir.
Uh, Rom.
Perfect. They write down your name. It sets with all your stuff. It's there. Same with you, Grim. You see all your stuff is in one spot on a table, neatly laid out together with your name across it. It's yours.
Yep.
And you-
Vilgax will
next-
walk up. I'll give him my short bow. I'll give him my daggers. And then I will give them my. What was my other thing? I should have looked at this. Oh, and my arrows. I don't really have much else on me. Oh, and then I'm gonna go, but these gotta stay with me. And then I'll turn around to walk away, and then go, oh, wait. And then I'm gonna put down a paper clip on the desk.
So they do that, and then what they do though hold on a second, come here. So they effectively they're asking you to take out your arm blades, like what do you call that? What's the word?
Like unsheath them.
Unsheath them, right? And they say we need to see them, and they're gonna base what they're gonna do to you, unless you stop them, is basically they put a protective
Like a foam cork on it.
yeah,
tip?
like like that.
Like
So
a
like it stops
leather-
it, like a leather thing, and then once you undo them, they stick like a stopper in the end,
A cork.
like a cork, if you will. They're trying to do that. If that actually works, I'm gonna leave that up to you. If whatever you want to do, but that's what they're trying to do to those blades. Basically, trying to keep them so you can't kill anybody with them inside.
Not quickly, anyway.
Not
So,
quickly.
Master at Arms, what you want me to do is always have my blades out. This is the plan here, instead of in.
Well, look. Well, look. They're okay. Fair. So they take off the leather. They ask you to put them back in, and then they shove the cork in. Then, like, and say, "Well, see if you can sheath. Just do that. We need to do something." And then he like leans over. He's like, "Honestly, I don't really." He like has you lean in. He's like, "Honestly, I don't really care. This is kind of just what they make us do. So I'm sorry."
No apologies necessary, Master at Arms. It appears you're good at your job, and then I'll walk off if they don't care anymore.
Yep.
Grim is gonna hold on to one of the corks that they just have laying around.
I'm gonna take a sip of my flask, and I'm gonna put the flask on the place where my weapons are as well.
Oh, you do that as well. Okay. And next is anybody else?
Yotur puts his mace and crossbow on the table, gives
I thought
them
it
his
was
name.
books.
Simple as that.
Perfect. And it gets put on the shelf. You see that thing there. All intents and purposes, all of your stuff is now in that closet.
I was hoping they were gonna ask about the paperclip.
They like just put it with the stuff. Like, they've seen shit. Like they, you know.
Like, this is a weapon? What, you've never killed a man with a paperclip?
I should have left my. Never mind.
So give me one more quick second. So as you guys walk by, there is a person in a robe that does check, puts their arm on your, and they basically do detect. They have a way of detecting if you have anything else on you. So does
They
anybody
have a magical thing.
in here?
Oh.
Yeah.
Metal. They have a
Basically
magical
a magical metal detector. So does anybody else have anything?
I don't think
Well,
so.
I'll go through first and just be like, beep, beep, beep.
Yours it goes off for you, but they know that you have those attached, so like they kind of like wave you through.
Perfect. Because I didn't give him my book either.
Before we go through, I'm gonna take out my torch and put it on the ground. Take out my tinderbox, my some other adventuring gear, and abacus. And I'm gonna struggle real hard with that abacus, and then I'll walk through the thing.
Perfect. True. Got to remember, these guys are mostly war people. They don't like books, so even if you showed them that, they'd probably be like, "What the fuck?" Whatever.
That's what I was counting on.
Yeah. It's like, you kill somebody with a book, then you might be better than us.
Killed more people with this book than this war camp.
So with that, they shuffle you in. There's people that's like talking, murmuring, and whatnot, just kind of like looking at you as you walk through. Some people are like waving at you, Grim. People are like pointing at you and like talking, and they're like, "Oh," and you can hear whispers like, "Oh, is that him? Is that him?"
I kind of walk with a strut as I walk through and pretend I don't even notice that they're talking.
Yeah. I need to stroke your ego a little more, so.
Grim's definitely the character that needs that.
Oh yeah, he probably needs it the most, actually.
How is he supposed to become an all-powerful necromancer that makes the rest of the world bend to his will?
Yes. And with that, he takes you kind of into the back, into a room. There's people everywhere. It is a smaller room. And that's loud.
Yeah, it's getting real intense.
There we go. And they get you to a room where. So these look like bedrooms. We're gonna go ahead and say that this is like more of an office, general camp. There's like a kind of a makeshift desk, if you will. And they bring you into a room. We're gonna say this is a doorway here for everybody. And Visor and Tylera, Visor says, Vincent, Grim has arrived finally. He brought 3 people with him.
Are we going with Yotur?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a spell.
So Grim's gonna go to Vilgax and be like, okay, like back with the scouts, you were kind of mouthy and pissed them off. So if you decide you want to try to talk all mouthy to the general in here, then I'm gonna suggest you put this fucking cork in your mouth.
Sorry.
So Vilgax is going to take the cork and go, I can think of a few other places where this would fit. And look at you with dead stare.
Yep, that tracks.
Grim's like, real cute. Let's save it for later.
How about let's not? And I throw the fucking thing away.
Grim just lets out an exasperated sigh, like, oh my god, this motherfucker's gonna get himself killed.
I haven't even been able to kill me so far.
So far.
This was supposed to be a... Never mind. All right, so as you guys walk into the room and he explains that, you see a purple-haired lady actually talking to Magnoli and... Well, you don't know her name, but Grim you do. Magnoli and Vincent, the two people in this room. And you hear some murmurs of... Basically what you can pick up on is... She talks in like a British accent, but I was going to do this, and now I can't because I'm awful. But she basically is explaining, like, I was sat at the tavern for a month for my old party, and they vanished. I'm looking for a man named Gora.
Yeah, that purple-haired token looks familiar.
Yeah, she was the one running our tavern.
Above
Right.
board, yeah, she looks familiar, doesn't she? And I'm looking for a man named Gora. And so, like, you guys stop at the outside, like Visor and Tyler turn around and just say, like, hold on a second. But you guys can hear this. He came to Valister right before it started to burning to the ground. He had
How's supposed to be people?
Yeah, it's great. He came to ask questions about my party that I was with, helping him out, and then my city that I was in burned to the ground.
Everywhere Gora goes, everything burns to the ground.
And the reason I'm here and how I got myself here is I know he had an automaton named Shepard, and I was able to find Shepard and ask where Gora went, because he was, he's researching the horrors that are happening in this land. And my city burned to the ground, my tavern burned to the ground. And I'm here now asking to see if you guys even know a man named Gora, if you've seen him, if you heard about him. I came to this, I was shipwrecked. You're the first one I've seen. I found my way here to ask you guys. He's investigating the horrors of the universe, I told you that. I saw an oracle. I've seen shit that's happening, and coming to this land, I need to find him. Eventually. I need to find my party. What?
Is she telling this to, like, us?
No. She's talking to
Ren. Okay.
Yeah, so you can, like, hear it enough.
Mhm.
It's a small enough room where you guys can hear what she's saying. Maybe not fully, completely, but she's telling the generals in here. She explains that she saw an oracle, and she needs her party. Their names are Cash, Steve, Svartal, and Illyria. And she'd like to find them eventually. But they just vanished. They were stolen away by a man in yellow, is what the oracle told me.
There is no Goraquil, only Ram.
I really hope they're out there somewhere. In worst case scenario, I hope you'll let me stay here and help and do whatever you need. I have skills. They're just kind of nodding.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm afraid if we don't find as many strong heroes that we may be doomed.
Grim hears strong heroes, you say?
And they all kind of like look up. Visor. Yeah, you hear this. Yeah, you hear it. Visor, who's here? I heard you say something earlier, but we're sorry. We're in the middle of listening to this Ketnira that washed up to shore.
I think that's
But,
you, Grim. They're calling you.
And Visor kind of turns around and, well, Grim is here. Finally. You know, we sent that invitation like months ago. Ah!
Reporting for assignment, sir. Acting like I'm not late at all.
And
I had a lot of trouble with boats.
And hose.
yeah, so did this one over here too. She washed up on shore. Grim, it's good to see you. Finally meet you. Dak talks so highly of you.
Well, last I heard, unfortunately, Dak was dead. But then I was shown by the Dusk Hag that he may be undead. I don't know. Maybe it was just a nightmare it was showing me.
Grim, Dak is here.
What?
I don't know what.
What? What face?
Like, he looks very confused at you and be like, Dak has been helping us out with war strategies for months now. You said he's
Well, the last I was aware, he died when we were attacked by a bunch of undead. And then I almost died as well, but now I'm here.
where Grim. Dak has been here for months, helping us out with strategies. I don't know. Are you? I can assure you, he's not dead and he's not undead.
Grim just says, well, then I'd like to see him whenever we're done here.
We can bring him in right now. Visor, go get Dak. I know he's helping out some troops in the back. You tell him that Grim is here. He'll be happy. Visor runs off to go grab Dak.
He's definitely not a puppet controlled by Romax. Or a Grim, they served you up to get fucking murdered, bud. Now these are the people you want to pledge fealty to. Out of character, of course.
Well, Grim's a lot more nervous looking than he was when he initially got into the office. Like, oh shit. This doesn't really jive with what the fuck reality should be right now.
It's weird, huh? It's almost like nothing they've told you so far is true.
So, in through the doorway, is Dak. He's the last time you saw him, he was much younger. It's been probably, actually, since you've last seen him, it's been years. But he's scarred, he's burned, all the things that you believe you saw, when you guys were in battle and those types of things that happened. You've seen all those. You know that he's got a scar in a spot that you probably only know.
Ooh, Dak Daddy BJ.
And
if your BJs are leaving scars, you're doing it wrong.
That's true. He's got his, he's got the tattoo that he's always had of like the general tattoo that's on his inside of his wrist, and he looks up and as he walks through the door, he says, and he almost starts to weep at the sight of you, Grim, as he thought he lost you a long time ago, but he's tough enough not to. And he says, Grim, you're alive.
It appears that you're in the same condition.
Guess there's a lot of that going around.
I could have swore you were dead. I'm pretty sure I saw you die, and I thought I was dead, and yet here you stand.
That was a tough battle we had. I thought you were dead. The last I saw you, the last that I remember, was that you were laying dead on the ground and I ran. I had to get out before I lost my life. And I want to apologize for leaving you there. I certainly thought you were dead. But you made it here. Now we can fight again.
Indeed.
You can certainly do an insight check if you'd like to on him.
Definitely. I think I suck at insight, though. Or no, wait, I'm a +1, I guess. Crit.
Yeah. You look deep into Dak's eyes. You ask him to see his tattoo. You are talking and conversing with him. And this is Dak. This is your general that you thought you lost years ago. This is the general you thought you saw that died. This is the general you thought you saw was undead. There's nothing undead about him. He's very old, a little bit more frail than you remember as time has passed. This is your dude.
So, like, in the middle of this whole thing, Vilgax is just going to, like, chime up to Grim and go, doesn't this place keep records of who's KIA? Shouldn't we have known this?
Every good soldier has a false KIA, really.
Visor looks up again and looks at you. What the fuck are you talking about now? What about KIA? What should you have known? What? How are you going to know who dies in our... Vincent, this person's over here has already been testing my patience today. I don't know. Obviously, she's not on our side. The other three are... I can vouch for the other three. I don't know what this person over here is going to start bitching about, but apparently she thinks we're all out to kill her. She already tried to attack our army once. We put up our forces. We tried to take her down. She's here because of these other three.
I'll just open up my coat at that time and show them, like, the 17 stab wounds from their swords. They're like, I've also tested your swords. They're very sharp.
Yeah, she tried to attack first. She threatened Tylera. So, you know, soldiers...
Master Vincent, leader of the army camp, that is incorrect. I raise no weapon against your men.
And then Visor says, she might not have raised a weapon, but she got right in Tylera's face, and you know we don't keep kindly to that with strangers. The only reason she's still here is because of that one, and points at Grim.
Don't blame me for this. Well, I can vouch that Vilgax has been a handy ally to have around, if nothing else. Though she does tend to be extremely paranoid, but I mean, that's paid off a few times. I mean, she's probably never going to drop that paranoid guard. And she's a bit mouthy, but I mean, useful in a fight most of the time. Sometimes she takes a nap.
He, like Vincent, the one down here, kind of like waves at you, Vilgax, and asks you to come over, if you will.
Yeah, I'll come up to the desk or wherever they're at, whatever's going on in this corner.
Perfect. And he wants to look. He looks at you and says,
I'm gonna close my cloak again.
"Yeah, Vilgax, is that your name?"
That's what you may call me, yes, sir.
Okay. Visor, I need you to leave the room. But sir, please, Tylera, you can stay. Yes, sir. So Visor leaves the room. Vilgax. I would be not in my position today if I just blindly listened to every single person around me. I got his side of the story. Now, I agree that Visor is a little eccentric, maybe a little trigger happy, if you will.
Which one ordered the troops to attack, her or him? They're like
Him.
I
out
think
of
they just
character.
attacked
Okay.
because you were
him.
in Tylera's
I mean,
face. There wasn't really
technically,
an order.
yes, that's what it was, but you can gather like he's more the leader of that whole thing. Like
Okay.
Tyler is more second in command. Visor was the one talking pretty much the whole time,
Gotcha.
except for the one little burst. But Vincent just says, "He served me well. He served all of us well. He's kept a lot of men alive. Sounds like you're."
Well, sir, we're also in the business of keeping people alive. And I'm going to put the Strixhaven pennant on the desk. And I just didn't think we'd be greeted with swords.
You gotta understand. And he like over the cat. We've just been given news by her and one other person before that, yeah, there's dangers that are coming. We're all a little on edge. I would like to formally apologize for Visor. They should not have. Granted, they probably shouldn't have slashed first and asked questions later, like you claim. I can believe it. I'll tell you what. If I can keep him away from you and order him to get out of your hair, will you join us?
Well, that depends. What's the mission? What is the purpose of the academy other than training soldiers?
That is our mission. That is the main one. But we also keep this specific island safe. It's been more trying lately. That things have been getting weirder. There's been a lot more strange things happening, especially coming from the jungle down south. That apparently they picked you up in. I'm not even quite sure how you guys are still alive. So you guys survived however long you were there. But so I know you guys have gumption, if you will.
Yeah, we're quite resilient. And then I'm going to take a drop of my blood and go, but we've also brought an emissary from Strixhaven. And then I'm going to point at Yotur. Motion for him to come over.
Yotur comes up behind and now I do. What's your name, sir?
Yotur, sir.
Nice to meet you. I want to apologize. I know, and like this, he's a lot older. He's very gray in the beard. You can tell he's been around. I know we used to have a better relationship with the college with Strixhaven before. You know, we were back and forth for many years back in the day. I don't know how long you've been there, but I know the relationship has been severed a bit. But we do still share the same goals, to want to be alive.
Certainly.
Vincent.
I very much.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I very much respect what the college does. I don't fully understand most of it, obviously, for other reasons, but we haven't had better times than when we were working together versus apart. So I would like to extend a handshake and an olive branch to you as a proxy for the college. So if you ever do go back, you can talk to whomever is in charge there. I know way back when it was that big guy in red robes. I forgot his name, but
I forgot his name too. But I'd probably say his name. Uh,
now who he's talking about is
Big Dragon Daddy.
Big
yeah,
Dragon Daddy, which is Velo
Velo. Yeah.
Velamachus.
Yep. Yep.
So
Velmachus. Yep.
Well, speaking of Villamachus, we have been sent with a request from Villamachus to have aid sent to Strixhaven because it has been under repeated attack by an enemy that we believe is named Romex, who seems to control the minds of some individuals and bring people back from the dead.
oh I'll tell you what, I'll do one better. I'll send Visor up there to the college, and that way he's out of her hair. He's taking care of the college up north. And looks like I'm going to have maybe a new general in my army. And he kind of winks at you, Grim.
Grim tries to hide a smirk.
But in the meantime, I think we need to keep training. We need to figure out more of what's on the other side, what's coming to us, what horrors that brings us from the Oracle. What is really happening here?
With all your scouts, Master Vincent, you might have any useful information about this individual or where anything might be happening.
Which individual, I'm sorry?
The one that assails the school and will take over the continent. The Romex.
I haven't heard that name yet.
There's been nothing out of sorts around the academy. Nobody acting strangely.
No, everyone's been in line. The things that are happening here are... We see more aberrations. Smaller ones. But none that have actually been here before. New creatures that we've never seen before. We've had to increase training every day to take care of, like, how to take care of these. Like, when I'm talking creatures we've never seen before are coming to these lands. Meanwhile, we are
Are
still...
any of them the mage hunters that we encountered before? And I show him the breastplate of one of the mage hunters.
No, they're not. He's actually never seen that before. He talks about creatures with tentacles, creatures with eyes, creatures with out of this world. It almost seems like we've had many
Indescribable abominations.
Yes, Grim, actually. Meanwhile, we are also trying on the side of this. We have this that's happening, and we also have... I'm trying to smooth over, which is probably a lost cause at this point, and we're probably just gonna have to take how it is. But I'm trying to smooth over the issue that we have with the Fallen.
What issue is that you're having with the Fallen?
Well, we've been at war with the Fallen since, well, the beginning of time. Since the beginning of the islands here. Legend has it that our ancestors kicked them off these islands. Some say that they've lived in the East forever.
So the Fallen are like the snake people, right?
Yep.
Okay. We encountered several of them, and they didn't really seem to want to fight, even after I severed the head off of one. They seemed to just let us go. Maybe they thought the jungle would kill us, or I don't know.
Oh, I haven't had my chat box up at all, so if anybody's been talking, I apologize. You say that out loud? No? Oh, okay. So we have aberrations and abominations coming from God knows where here that we've had to fight off. Small things, but that makes me afraid for what's on the other side. I mean, if it's just the small stuff repeatedly, we can probably handle it.
So,
Well, how long have you been alive, and how often do things remain manageable if you don't nip them in the bud?
You're not wrong, Grim. So, and now Ket comes and tells us about her city on fire somewhere up north.
this is what all will be if we let everything get taken over. Everything will burn. Everything you see, everything you love, gone.
And I'm
So
gonna
is
poke my head
Valstar
in
the
the
city that was
doorway.
burning? Because Dak and Grim are both from there, right?
They are many
Yeah.
eons ago, and so is Yotur.
I'm gonna poke my head in the doorway after Vilgax says what he says and go, or not, or not. And
Oh, you're absolutely right. We can choose to do nothing. Sit back, live our lives, see what happens.
or we could.
And Vincent just says, "My question is, I know why Grim is here. He wants to learn. He wants to see what this place is. I thought he was here to see Dak. Apparently, he didn't even know he was alive. So that's something. But what are your guys' intentions before I figure out what's going on? But are you currently you're here now for some reason? But was your reason just following Grim over there, or are you guys doing anything else? Is there anything that I?
Well, we all seem to like the idea of killing Romax, so just kind of been traveling together with the idea of getting help to kill Romax.
I'm gonna
Master,
poke my head in as he says that and goes, who may or may not have the same 3 letters of my name, but we are definitely possibly not the same person. And then I'm just gonna.
Is Romax Rome's ex?
Ooh.
so and then
Also
Vilgax is
unclear.
gonna say, Master Vincent, we were hoping we might find some answers here, to be honest with you, about the next step in tracking said person, if you can call him a person.
Tell me about this Romax. What do you know about him?
Alright, so I'll give him pretty much the whole backstory. He's a big bad guy. He has like
Yeah.
teleporty books and like walk other planes of existence as easily as blinking, yada yada. That kind of thing. And then I'll just say someone like this it's a different, it's not a magic that you would know or that the magic school even knows. It's a very old magic of a sort.
And I'm assuming this is your enemy, correct? Like you.
It is the
Or is this
enemy
just
of anything that wants peace. Isn't that the ultimate goal of war?
No, you're not wrong, ma'am. I can certainly help. We can help track him. Maybe. Do you tell him about any of the things that happened in the Fae at all?
Nope.
Or no? Okay.
Just his general backstory.
Okay.
Well, I mean, who's really even certain if those visions were, not just the Dusk Hag fucking with our heads?
I'm You don't.
'Cause, I mean, that vision showed Zombie Dak leading zombie army to destroy the world.
Well, Master Vincent, how about this? Some of yours, some of ours. We go take out a party towards the source of where these aberrations are coming from.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
How
And we're
about
gonna end
her?
there.
She seems handy.
Who's that? Sorry.
And then I'll nod at Tylera.
Oh, okay. And then he goes, Tyler, are you up for it? Are you up for an adventuring party? Scouting party for the aberrations? And she kind of looks, Sir, as you command. All right, we will. Early morning, as it is. I guess make a fart smell. God damn it. So everybody just kind of goes. Vincent and McNally next to him kind of go. Start smelling a little bit and get a little weird face, and everybody around them starts to somebody let some gas out. It's just a little stinky in here.
Aha.
Somebody farted. And with that, Vincent says, "We will get a party together."
Might we
No,
have
no.
a place to stay for the evening and maybe somebody to patch this up?
Well, it's early morning. Above ground, it's early morning. You guys went through the night.
Oh,
You guys all
okay.
got your long rest. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. You
Right.
guys all did get your long rest. So,
Yep, because we slept all night.
Yeah.
Then turned out we were camping only a mile and a half from where we needed to be.
Yeah, you were right on doorstep.
All right, so in that case, I'll just ask Vincent, might you have a medic or somebody to patch this up before we head out then?
Oh, absolutely. Trisha in the back. She'll patch you right up, and you go and do that. You get patched up.
Yeah, so I'll just
Yeah,
walk
while
past.
Vilgax is getting patched up, I kind of want to talk to Dak privately.
Well, just as like I'm walking out, and this will be like the last thing for me for the session, but just as I'm walking by Grim, I'll look at Tylera, I'll look back at Grim, and look at the door that's empty where visitor walked out and go, see, more than one way to get rid of somebody. And then I'll walk to wherever the medic tent is or whatever over here,
Yeah,
sure. Something
we'll take
like
you
that.
back there. Yep, you can go ahead and get patched up. You're good to go. Ket actually walks over to Rom and like kind of gives you like this look, Rom, of like you look important, and you looking like somebody that. I mean, I was looking for a man named Gora, but do you know anything about? Do you know anything about what's happening here?
Yeah, yeah. Hogwarts got taken over by a wizard frog wizard. They killed a bunch of kids. Something about losing another two. Then they killed the frog. And now we're here after getting attacked by lizard people.
Weren't you hired by Gora?
Yes, I was.
You just look familiar. For some reason, you look familiar, but
Everybody looks familiar at some point or another. There's thousands of beings out there in the universe. We all look alike at some point or another.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think some? Well, I'm gonna stay here for a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you bored? You want to come hit some weird creatures?
You know, it's been a while since I fought. Yeah, fuck it.
Book it.
Lead the way, mate.
And I go outside.
So
Is she the one that used to have like the Hellfire sword and bow?
She still do. Or actually, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Svartal has that stuff now.
No idea.
When did Svartal take that?
Well, nobody else knew about it until now.
Okay, perfect. Still don't know about it, but she just got, the last thing she says to you, Ram, is, If I come with you guys, do you think you all could help me?
What do you want?
I'd like to find my party.
Okay, I can do that.
As well, we have pressing matters now, but we may be able to get to that later.
Hey, so wants help finding a party? We'll find one.
We've helped so many girls find parties. True story.
So then Grim and Dak will go ahead to have their conversation next time on Eloran Islands.